So I know it's been a very long time, and I apologize for that from the bottom of my heart, but here we are. I ordered the iPhone 15 Pro and now we're unboxing it. I got the black titanium version of the phone. For me, I couldn't choose between this and the blue version. The blue version looked really good, but I don't know, from the pictures that I saw online and stuff, I got a feeling that the black version would be better. For me anyway. So the biggest piece of news with this iPhone, which most people know, is the change from a Lightning port to a USB-C port. Now Apple was kind of pressured into this. I think it was for legal reasons, but nevertheless, I think like 99% of tech enthusiasts at least definitely prefer this. The typical user though, I don't know how they're gonna feel about this. I mean, if you already have AirPods and you don't want to buy the new USB-C ones, then you're gonna have to carry around both the Lightning cable and a USB-C cable for the iPhone and the AirPods. And then some iPads have Lightning, some USB-C. The MacBooks have USB-C. So in terms of Apple's port situation, it is a slight mess at the moment, but the good news is that this is the start of Apple's transition from Lightning to USB-C on all their products if they haven't done so already. Alongside the change to USB-C, they've also made some other design and build changes. One of the noticeable ones here is the change from a stainless steel rail to a titanium rail on the sides. Now it's kind of like a brushed finish and I think it looks quite nice, but it also does make the phone feel a lot lighter. It's about 10% lighter, but it actually feels a bit more than that. Like you can notice the lightness. I remember the 13 and 14 Pro, they were heavy phones, but this one feels relatively light in comparison. And I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like a heavy phone feels a bit more premium. So the extra lightness made it feel like so slightly more cheaper for me, I guess, kind of. On top of that, instead of the edges being super sharp as they were on the previous few phones, now there's a slight curve between the rails and the screen and the rails in the back panel. Ever so slight curve. It's still very bricky, but ever so slight curve, so I feel like it looks a little bit nicer and a little bit more comfortable to hold, but that's kind of really nitpicking, especially in the comfort aspect of it. And then finally, the build has shrunk ever so slightly by a few millimeters, I think, or half a millimeter, something like really small. Hey Siri, send a message. Siri, set a timer. As a result, the black bezels going around the screen are ever so slightly thinner, so there's a higher screen to body ratio and it just looks a bit nicer. Now, another interesting but small change that I actually quite like is the switch from, remember that ringer thing that you would like switch, it's above the volume button on like all iPhones ever, where you can switch between silent and ringer. That button, or that slider, has been switched to a button, a small little button, which you can map to do anything that you want. So in settings, there's a set number of things you can set it to, like the flashlight or silent and ring and whatever, or you can set it to a shortcut. And then using the Shortcuts app, you can have it do anything that you want. You could have it FaceTime a specific person, send someone a specific message, open a specific app, whatever you want. But anyway, just appreciating the beauty of the phone. I mean, iPhones are always like one of the best built phones ever. The quality, the build quality, as usual, beautiful. The execution, Apple just do it so well every time. And this is my first iPhone with iOS 17, by the way. And the exciting thing about that for me, like the only thing in iOS 17 which has really gotten me excited, is that new feature where you can have it speak in your own voice. So we're going to be trying that out later. But anyway, back to the changes this year. Like I said, so we covered the design and build changes, basically being the titanium slightly lighter. Something also about the titanium is it kind of feels, I don't know, it feels a bit plasticky to me. I'm just, in terms of going for a premium build, I feel like the titanium, for me personally, just overall made it a little less premium. It doesn't feel as premium as stainless steel. It does look really nice, but then it feels very light, so it kind of feels a bit plasticky. Maybe that's just me though, maybe. I don't know, you might agree. We also covered the change of the USB-C port. We also covered the addition of that button. Now there's one thing and one complaint I have at the moment for that customizable button, which I don't understand why Apple do this. Sometimes they like to be stubborn with certain things for absolutely no reason. Because it's very much a common sense thing where you'd think they would have done it to begin with. But anyway, why isn't there an option for double clicking or triple clicking that button to have it do more things? So there should be an option for double clicking, triple clicking, holding, and then just pressing. If you just press it, it does nothing. It just shows you what it could potentially do if you hold it, which is what you have to do to actually trigger the shortcut that you set. But anyway, those are the changes we covered so far. The remaining changes in this phone in comparison to last year are the new processor, which is the Apple A17 Pro chip, which, by the way, Apple's never done a Pro chip before in one of their iPhones, so that's new. And this is a 3nm chip. And then the other changes are, of course, as you can probably guess, in the cameras. As you can imagine, this new A17 Pro chip is faster, meaning the phone will last you longer, and also, as you can imagine, it's a new and improved camera. If you're going to get into the specific specifications of this camera, we have a 48 megapixel main camera, 12 megapixel telephoto camera with a 3x optical zoom, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. In terms of megapixel count, this is the exact same as last year. I mean, overall, it's a very similar iPhone. And I don't know, making these videos, especially with the iPhones, can get really fucking boring sometimes because it always stays the same. And then at the same time, this is a complaint that lots of people make. But at the end of the day, you gotta appreciate that every year the idea is that they're making small changes, small upgrades, just to ever so slightly improve the phone and stay true to what it is and what it's known for. And then hopefully over a longer period of time, overall the changes will add up and you have big differences. But honestly, in terms of smartphones, they've kind of peaked in terms of how good they can get. I mean, there's not much more else that you can do to significantly improve smartphones, which is why I think the future of day-to-day interactions with the digital world is going to be through technology like Vision Pro. Now, at the moment, it's a very expensive, large, heavy set of technology, which you're not going to use on a daily basis, and the average user definitely not going to be using. But something I'd just like to throw into this video is I think that technology, once it's cheapened and made to be smaller and put into smaller devices, more portable devices that people can actually use every day, that is going to be a new way moving forward. If, you're someone who's interested in the future of technology. If you're just interested in the change with this iPhone, then I guess, well, based off of first impressions, it is the best iPhone yet, as it should be. It's very slightly improved from last year, but still very similar. If you've got last year's iPhone or the one before that, then you probably shouldn't get this one. If you got one from before, then yeah, go ahead, get this one if you're in need of a new iPhone. But that's kind of like all I have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a like and comment for the sake of the algorithm. Check out my Instagram at the El-Naggar for behind the scenes perspective and just staying up to date with everything that I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Salam. Sink. I'm just kidding. Anywhere else.